Are you struggling to keep up with boxing? Download the Boxing Showtimes app for the latest fight schedules, full undercards, boxer stats, news, and real-time updates. It's more than just an app, it's the boxing community you want to join.
Boxing King Media, powered by the Riyadh season. Dev, Sahni, I've just seen you have another face-off with Artur Beterbiev. Every time you guys speak, I always think like something's going to give. And I feel like he wants to chin you.
Yeah, did you see the photo? I put a photo on Twitter. The size of that man's fist, it is literally the size of my head. Now, I don't know, have I got like an abnormally small head? Maybe. I have been called Peanut Head in the past. But this man, like, he's a monster. Did an interview with him earlier. I love him, by the way. I think he's brilliant. I had him beating Bivol the first time. And he half stuck it on me. He said, I've been watching your interviews. You said bad things about me to Bivol. I was like, what? What? No, I haven't. But yeah, you know, full interview to come soon across the Queensbury YouTube. But I love the guy. I love Bivol too. I love all this. What a show.
I do like that. That's interesting to say that. Let me just change something on the camera. Right, we're back, not in 4K, Dev's back in 1080p now.
1080p. That probably serves me very well, to be fair. 4K, you start seeing blemishes, all sorts. Let's keep it to 1080p, even better, 720. How about a bit of 720? You got that?
The viewers deserve 1080p. So Artur stuck it on you in the face-off. I'm not half surprised at all. But, you know, before we talk about the card and fly through it, we've got to talk about breaking news this morning. Tyson Fury has retired from boxing.
Yeah, look, obviously I wasn't expecting it. I don't think anyone was expecting it. And maybe that's it. Be really sad if it is. But also at the same time, if he's had enough, then boxing is not the sport to stay in just for the sake of doing it for some more money. If you don't want to do it anymore, don't do it anymore. And maybe he no longer wants to do it. And if so, what a career. And it's been an absolute pleasure. One of my favourite fighters of all time. Let's wait and see.
Well, I spoke to Spencer Brown and he reckons, you know, he thinks he's believing it this time.
There you go. Look, if that's the case, then goodbye. Look, he's made plenty of money. He's got his legacy intact. He's a two-time former Ring Magazine champion, two-time world heavyweight champion. He's done it all.
I just thought I'd say hello.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of love for this guy.
Yeah. How you doing? You all right, mate?
Jump in for a second. I want to say something here. You know, the amount of times Eddie Hearn says Conor's a really nice guy. It's probably the most overused word in British boxing. But you know what? It's fucking true.
Listen, I've never met you before, not properly anyway. So, hi, nice to meet you.
I'm actually a nice geezer. Like, I know, like, all the media try and antagonise and prod and poke, but I'm actually genuinely. No, I mean it.
This is a good thumbnail now. It looks like we're having a little.
Yeah, but we're not, because if it was having a row, you'd know about it.
Definitely. I love the Ryan Garcia stuff the other day. By the way.
Do you know what it was? Is he's giving it the old.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just had to give him a little one of them.
Yeah.
That was all. I don't come and grip my hand like that and think I ain't gonna.
I'm not gripping your hand anymore.
No, you're not. So I was just gripping your hand.
Yeah.
I'm actually not. No, I'm actually not that guy.
No.
Like, the media have a good way of making me out to be the instigator, the problem star, the angry boy from London. I'm not.
You are intense though, aren't you? There is an intensity about Conor Benn, which is good, which is probably why people like you.
Why do you always sound like you're doing the old announcing?
Do I sound like that, Conor?
Yes, you do.
Why do you sound like you want to have a fight with me?
Touche.
Lovely to meet you, Conor Benn.
No, you too. We done that?
Are you fighting EUBANK?
Listen, if he wants it, he can get it. The reality is I've agreed to both.
Yeah.
I've agreed to Barrios, I've agreed to EUBANK. So whether it's WBC World title or Satsuma head, I think I'll be doing a Frank Warren. I'll give Frank a little wink if the fight happens after I've rendered him unconscious. And I'll look at him and go, that's for you, Frankie boy.
Either way, big fight next for Conor Benn.
God willing.
Nice to meet you, mate.
You too.
Right.
Mr. Nice Guy, Conor Benn.
there you go. Yeah, never met him before, and
I'm glad I got that on camera then.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how many of your viewers are interested in this meeting of minds there, but he's all right, isn't he?
You know, it's an overused saying. People keep going on about he's a nice guy, but I know we see him on smoke all the time when he's around boxers, but he's a very nice lad. I was at a charity event with him a few months ago, and I'm not going to joke, but Roy Jones was there, Beterbiev was there, Adam Azim was there, Shabazz Masood, but all I saw was fans running to him, wanting to take pictures with him.
Listen, he's a big name in the sport, and hopefully the next fight that we see is a very meaningful fight, and it sounds like it's either EUBANK Jr. or Barrios for the WBC World Welterweight title. I'd look forward to seeing both those fights. Met EUBANK for the first time properly the other night as well. Look, they're both very intense, interesting guys. I'm looking forward to the build-up for that. Although I do low-key think they've run out of things to say to each other, because they keep facing off and they're like, yeah, you ready? Yeah. You? Yeah, I'm ready. You're going to feel it. I know. You're going to feel it. So I'm curious as to see what the build-up will be. What else can they say?
Well, you definitely was a little bit shook there, I think. I got a sense that you were shook. Your eyes are a bit watery as well now.
I was just trying to think if I've slagged him off, but I don't think I have. So
I know you've picked other Queensberry fighters to beat him in the past. I vaguely can remember. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think I said Echo Esselman would probably chin him at some point, but I don't think I've gone after him. I was quite careful after what's happened to me across the last year or so. So yeah, good.
Well, it is a proud moment for you. I know you've headlined a few big press conferences, but to kind of lead that one today with all them fighters on the card, bloody incredible. I want to talk about Dubois Parker, Dev. That was it. I feel like every time Dan's on the mic, nice, he gets really intense. You feel like something's gonna happen. It didn't happen, but just the fact that you're waiting for something to happen is quite exciting.
I enjoy Daniel Dubois press conferences now. They used to be, hey, you said boring. I say hard work. They used to be harder work than what they are now. And I've got to do a few, actually. I got to do when he called out Big Baby Miller and he said, every baby has a daddy and I'm going to beat you like I'm your daddy. Who is this guy? Who is this new Daniel Dubois? I'm so here for it. And that was good fun with Parker. I enjoyed it.
So did I, man. I'm going to ask you a trick question. I asked Frank Smith this earlier. If you had to take one fight off this card, and you've got to pick one, it's behind you if you want to have a reminder, which one would you take off?
That's a horrific question.
It is, isn't it?
And it's a question that will land me in all sorts of trouble. It's a question that I gain nothing from answering, so I refuse your question. Thank you, mate.
I asked Frank Smith. Do you want to guess? Have a look. Which one do you think he picked out?
So, well, probably not one of the main card ones. Probably not one of the matchroom ones. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me.
Zhang Kabayel.
Okay. Well, you know, I'll let him deal with the ramifications of that if there are any. But yeah, they're all great fights. So I'm looking forward to all of them.
Definitely, Dev. Trying to, what else has been happening in boxing? There's a lot in it. Boxing's in a good place now.
Boxing's just crazy. Every time like you refresh your feed, something big happens. Love the Ring Awards the other night as well, by the way. That was how good was that? How good was the Ring Awards? You were there. Boxing's needed that, the sort of Oscars. Like we've had awards ceremonies in the past, not to that scale. It's normally like a projector on a screen. It's like a school assembly, but that was unreal times, mate.
I got lucky. I captured a really good video with AJ Dubois coming face to face, and I don't know if you picked up on it. You can subtly hear AJ saying to Dan, "You've been watching the fight back."
Yeah, I saw that.
And you know where he got that from, don't you? Because I interviewed Daniel in back of a Mercedes van a few months ago, and he said he's just been watching it back non-stop. So you know who's seeing that interview.
That's so good. What a thing to ask him. Have you been watching it back? Yes, he has. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. AJ wasn't in the room for the main Daniel Dubois getting that knockout of the year. I don't blame him, because the camera would pan to him. That's what they would do. They'd show Dubois, they'd get him up, and then they'd show AJ, and it'd have to clap as the video went round. So I don't blame him for doing that. But it's very interesting. I like the little chance encounter between Dubois and Joshua. I asked Dubois about that earlier, by the way. I'm sure everyone has, but very, very respectful. I think he sees AJ as a legend, and rightly so.
Fair play, Dev. Pleasure as always, mate. We're going to wrap it up, I think. Yeah, thank you for your time.
No worries. See you later.
Make it.
One, two, let's go. Hey.